Yay Networks.
13 has been my lucky number for a while. Like, it's always a sign of good things to come for me.
This is 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast, breaking down every song, every Easter egg, every era, and every theory. Hosted by the biggest Swifties, Nick Adams, Anna Casiejos, Amy Nichols, and Lacey G.
Hey, welcome to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. We're going to be breaking down another great Taylor Swift song for you today. But first, hello, my name's Nick.
Hi, I'm Anna.
Amy Nichols.
Hi, I'm Lacey G.
And today we're going to break down The Way I Loved You. The Way I Loved You is the 10th track on Taylor's 2008 album Fearless and her 2021 album Fearless Taylor's version. Now, a fun little tidbit about this song was co-written with Taylor and John Rich. Does anyone know who John Rich is?
No, tell us.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
He's one of those guys.
Huh. Is that the same as Big and Rich?
Yeah, that's Big and Rich.
Okay.
John Rich, yep.
I'm just familiar with the name. That's it. I pulled that out of nowhere. Yeah, I'm surprised I remembered Big.
For some reason, when I was in high school, like the very first cell phone I had, the Nokia brick, the big phone, Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy was my ringtone. Nice. I don't know why. Like, I'm not a country guy. I don't know if I even had a girlfriend at that time. Like, that's a very sexual song. Like, I probably didn't really realize what's happening there. And my friend, to be funny, he called me during church, and I didn't have my ringer turned off.
Oh, my God.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
So that happened.
And you're like, hi,
That's
hello. This
my
is
one
Nick.
memory of that song.
But it used to be so cool to have your ringtones.
Oh,
Mine was Stained Mud Shovel, and I would love it. And you'd have to download it and pay for it, and then have your volume all the way up. And now, if my phone is turned on, I feel so. I'm like, oh my, I'm not important. I'm so sorry that my volume's on right now. Let me go ahead and turn that off. I didn't realize.
Did you have a ringtone, Amy?
I didn't like paying for things.
Yeah, it was like $1 to get that ringtone.
Yeah, I'm too cheap.
Anna, did you have a ringtone?
I had a Simple Plan song because I wanted to be cool and edgy, but
Sure.
I was, y'all know
With your
me.
Converses?
I was not. Yeah, but I listened to Taylor Swift.
Okay, before we move on, has anyone ever heard Say Your Name if you've ever heard of Stained Shovel? What was it?
Mud Shovel.
Mud Shovel.
Amy.
Lacey.
Amy has not heard it.
Nick
You
has
have not?
No.
Oh, yeah, that was your husband has, Amy.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
he's cool.
Yeah. Do you want me to sing it?
Sure.
That's all right. Okay.
You take away.
Okay.
I
know it.
feel the same. All the promises you made to me, you made in vain. I can't deal with this shit anymore. I just walk away. 'Cause you can't feel my anger. You can't feel my
It's a good
pain.
song.
You
It really
can't
is.
feel my torment driving me insane. Do you get it now, Nick? Do you remember?
Never heard it.
Okay.
Call me up again just to break me like I promised.
Oh, wait. Yeah. The next line is, "You got that James Dean daydream." Yeah, I've heard it. Love it.
Snorting.
All right. So back to Taylor. What is The Way I Love You about? Who's it about? What's it about? Hit me.
Well, I think what I love about this song is that it's not about one relationship. It's actually about different relationships.
Cool.
The verse of the songs describe this like happy, perfect relationship she's in, but then in the chorus she sings about a different relationship that she misses. And I think it's funny because I always got that, but now that with Taylor's version coming out, I've seen a bunch of videos on TikTok of being people like, I was today years old when I found out she was talking about two different relationships. And I've always thought that to be funny.
Like a love triangle, similar to folklore.
What? She was teasing us all along.
She said, I got this idea for a song about being in a relationship with a nice guy who's punctual and opens the door for you and brings you flowers, but you feel nothing. The whole time you're with him, you're thinking about the guy who is complicated and messy and frustrating. So I brought that idea and the title, and where I thought the song should go to John, he was able to relate it because he is that complicated, frustrating, messy guy in his relationships. We came up with the song from different angles. It was so cool to get in a room and write with him because he's really an incredible writer.
Man, nice guys finish last. He's opening the door for her. He's doing everything right, and she's thinking about the bad boy.
Well, because she misses screaming and fighting and kissing in the rain.
He probably smokes, the bad boy.
2 a.m. and I'm cursing your name.
That is one of my favorite, like, little tiny lines of Taylor's that get stuck in my head. It's 2 a.m. and I'm cursing your name. That tiny part is always stuck in my head.
It's always been like, I feel like across her entire discography, this song has always been one of the most fun to just scream. You know, like scream
definitely.
in the car. 'Cause, 2 a.m. and I'm cursing your name. So I actually, one of the very first Swift Talk Swiftie TikTok videos I made a few months ago had to do with this song. Because in the bridge, she says, "He can't see the smile I'm faking." And those lyrics are just like tattooed on my heart, obviously. I feel like I just know that. But then in Evermore, in 'Tis the Damn Season, she kind of reflected that. And the heart I know I'm breaking is my own. So when Evermore came out, I made a TikTok video basically being like, am I crazy? Or are these the same lyrics? Like, am I, like, when I first heard 'Tis the Damn Season, I was like, why does that sound so familiar? Like, please, is this a coincidence? What is it? And the general consensus from all the comments from Swifties on Swift Talk were saying that Taylor was recording Evermore while at the same time recording Fearless Taylor's version. Oh. So, because she said that in an interview that she was like recording Happiness, and then later in the day she was recording like You Belong With Me. So it's kind of like a known thing that she was kind of doing this like simultaneously. So people are like, you know, it could have very easily been like a subconscious thing. But then once again, it's just another example of Taylor inspiring Taylor.
And Anna, that's one of my favorite things that you've ever said ever. That just gives me goosebumps every time whenever Taylor does inspire herself.
Taylor, yeah.
And I don't know that I would think that and like put that phrase together, but you've said it several times, and every time you say it, it makes me so happy.
Because it's true.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Who else is she going to be inspired by? Nobody.
No one's
just
worthy.
herself.
Yeah.
So do we really think that nice guys finish last? In your experience, not Nick. Well, have you ever had a girl, you went for the bad girl instead of the good girl?
No, but certainly other girls have gone for the bad guy over, like, I think I'm kind of the nice guy generally. And I think other, girls have kind of gone for the bad guy.
You don't understand it necessarily, but I did see a couple of fans reference Vampire Diaries, and this girl is Elena, and the he is Stefan, and the you is Damon in this song. So, I mean, it just simplifies it all for everybody. What was it, a 9-season show or something like that?
Yes, but that is an excellent example.
Yeah.
That is excellent.
Have any of y'all picked the bad guy or the good guy over the other?
I haven't, because I'm very sensitive.
Yeah, so you'll pick the good guy.
Yeah, and I think the older I get, the more I want to find someone someday who might actually treat me what I already did. But you know what I mean? Like, I think I would pick the nice
There's not
guy.
a ring on it right now.
You're right.
Anna, so.
I think it's just because Anna simply cannot make a decision. she wouldn't pick either one of them. She would just go with both of them.
Let's be honest. I've never been in a love triangle.
Well, I met my husband Josh, and he was the bad boy. Ooh. And then we settled down, and now he's just a nice guy.
So when you sing The Way I Love You, he's both characters.
He is.
I think Amy's first date with her husband would sound like something that Taylor Swift and John Rich would sing about. Amy, what was your first date with your husband?
Well, I had asked, we all worked together. I had asked another guy out on a date. And Josh overheard, because I said, I was trying to make it cool. It's like, I have a bunch of tickets to the IndyCar races. And Josh overheard. He's like, I want to go.
You're like, okay, sure.
Yeah. And I had to pick him up, too.
Did you say it loud enough, hoping he would want to go?
No, I didn't even think twice about him. But we had a wonderful time, so.
I really just picture you guys recreating that, like, he opens up my door and I... Like, have you seen that on TikTok? Everybody's been doing that, like, frame by frame. Yeah, you and Josh should do that. That's cute. And since we always share the hidden message from her original little booklets, the hidden message in The Way I Loved You said, we can't go back.
Yeah, you can't.
No.
Can't go back. Deep, Taylor. Very deep. Well, that's it for this episode of 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Thank you for joining us, and we want to make sure that you continue to join us, so be sure you smash that subscribe button. That was me trying to be a YouTuber.
Smash
or
it.
A TikToker. Smash that like button. Smash it, and be sure to write us a nice review. And a good comment like...
Yes, this is so funny because this review is from Taylor, but not Swift. It says, as a Swiftie with the honor of sharing her first name with the goddess herself, this podcast is everything I could hope for. T Swift seems to always be going through the same things I am when her albums are released, and it's so great to hear other people with the same experiences. Anna is right. She's definitely writing these songs about us.
Smashing review.
Smashing!
Yeah, smash that. Yeah. Be sure to come back and listen to our next episode, which is posted right now.
Because we're not going to be breaking down a Taylor Swift song just yet. What we're going to do is we're going to pick our Taylor Swift anthems. What would be our walk-up music?
Thanks for listening to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Subscribe for free and leave a positive review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.